Thanks for joining us, Dawn.
Thank you.
I'm here with Dawn Maslar. Dawn is a professor, speaker, radio personality, and author. We are going to discuss her new book, From Heartbreak to Heart's Desire, Developing a Healthy GPS, Guide-Picking System. Dawn, tell us, what caused you to write this book?
Thank you, Dwayne. I wrote this book as a part of my own experience. I found myself attracted to the wrong men over and over again. I looked for help and I found help, but I couldn't find a book to support me. So once I found the help, I decided to write this book to help other women.
Oh, terrific. The GPS, or guide-picking system, is kind of a catchy phrase, but can you explain to us what this GPS is?
Well, your relationship GPS is kind of like a GPS you have on your car or your iPhone. Just like on your iPhone, you're going to plug in the coordinates that you want. In this case, it may be something like tall, dark, and handsome. And when you plug it in, you're hoping to find where you want to get to. Now, if your GPS is working properly, you get to that place. But if it's not, you don't get to the right place, and you end up with the wrong person every time.
Is this common?
It's actually much more common than you think. There are beautiful, intelligent women out there that find themselves attracted to the wrong men. Some of the ones you might be familiar with in the media include Rihanna and Chris Brown, Britney Spears and Kevin Federline, and then more recently, America's sweetheart Sandra Bullock and her bad boy biker husband, Jesse James.
Right. How can you tell if you have a broken GPS?
Well, you can tell if you have a broken GPS if your relationships end in heartbreak. But I also have a short little quiz that I can ask you. I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and you answer yes or no to these questions. It's real short, and it's just 10 questions. The first one is, I've had a lot of relationships, but none of them worked out yet. I just haven't found the right guy. Remember, yes or no. 2, I fall in love quickly and get all crazy, and I can't think straight. Number 3, I'm always attracted to confident, sexy, well-built men. Number 4, I love a man who will provide me with warmth, comfort, and protection. 5, I pride myself on being able to find the soft, sweet, loving man inside that hard exterior of a sexy scoundrel. 6, there are lots of men out there who are flawed, but who have great potential. If I can work with a guy like this, I know I can transform him. 7, I'm looking for just the right guy who will complete me. 8, I know I'll know Mr. Right when I find him. 9, I can't name the exact traits I'm looking for in a guy. And then finally 10, all my last few relationships all ended badly. Now, if you answered no to all these questions, you have a great GPS, and you could probably provide support for your friends. If you answered yes to 1 or 2, you're probably still okay. If you answered yes to 3 or 4 or 5, then you might be able to use a little tune-up on your GPS. But if you answered yes to 5 or more of these, you definitely have a broken picker.
Really? What causes a broken picker?
There's several causes for a broken picker, but I found that there are 4 main causes. The first one is unresolved pain. The second is a belief in lack of love. The third is negative programming. And the fourth is not defining what you really want.
Okay. What exactly is unresolved pain, and how can that cause a broken GPS?
Unresolved pain is when you haven't gone completely through the grieving process. You get stuck somewhere in the middle. There are 5 stages to the grieving process. The first stage is denial. It's where you can't believe this is happening to you. The second stage is anger. This is where you're looking for somebody to blame. The third stage is bargaining, either with the person involved or maybe with God. You're wishing, praying, begging. And then the fourth stage, and this is the one we usually don't like, is the depression. This is where you go through the mourning process. This is where you have the loss of the dreams, of the future dreams. This is the frustrating and the bitter part. And then the fifth stage is where you finally come into acceptance. Now, a lot of times we get stuck. I went to a workshop one time, and there was a woman there who was visibly upset with the workshop leader because the leader had implied that she had not accepted her divorce. And she had this big furrow in her forehead. She said, "What do you mean I haven't accepted my divorce?" And the workshop leader said very gently, "Sweetheart, you need to tell your face." Because she was not accepting the divorce, she was just bearing the weight of the divorce. When we get stuck in unresolved pain, we're bearing the weight, but we have never come to full acceptance. And once we get to the full acceptance, we realize there was a lesson for us to learn, and we find the blessing in the experience.
Terrific. How can you develop a healthy GPS?
Well, the book talks about 12 steps or 12 activities to develop a GPS, and most of them are pretty fun. You do certain things like creative projects, and in one part you actually get a massage.
Nice.
And in the other activities, we do some meditations, and then also we have a chart to help you figure out what you want.
Terrific. Now, Dawn, how can someone find your book?
The book can be found at your local bookstore, or you can check on Amazon.com online, or you can go to my publisher's website at centralrecoverypress.com. And if you go on their website, you can find my area, which has my blog. It has that quiz I just gave you, and it can also tell you where I might be talking or if I'm visiting your town.
Good stuff. Very helpful. Go out, buy this book.
Thank you.